What's up, guys? Welcome back here. Today I'm back with another video. In this video, I'm doing my third mock draft, and it's gonna be another lottery mock draft. The next mock draft you'll see is probably near playoff time, and I'm gonna be doing my full first round. And if I really get a lot of views on those, I may be willing to do a 2-round mock draft. Very unlikely, but the next mock draft you'll see is gonna be a full first round mock draft. But in this mock draft, I'll be doing the lottery picks once again, as it has kind of shaken up after March Madness. You see a lot of stock risers, and I even have one of those stock risers in my lottery. But before I start the video, right now it's going to be a banger, so make sure to drop a like, comment below any new videos that you want to do. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. At 94 right now, trying to do 100 soon, but now let's get started. So with the first overall pick, it's going to be the Minnesota Timberwolves, and once again, CADE Cunningham is going to be going first overall. We already know what CADE would do, and as Minnesota really needs a game changer. That 2020 draft class wasn't really a game changer type class except for LaMelo Ball. CADE Cunningham could be that game changer. He's a generational talent, and we just really hope that Minnesota does not waste it, because he can get you buckets. He's long, he can play multiple positions, and he has the upside to defend multiple positions, but we're going to be able to see if he's willing to put effort on the defensive end, because we said Anthony Edwards had that potential to be defend multiple positions, but he became one of the worst defenders in the league. But we have a lot of high hopes for CADE Cunningham, as you know what he can really do, and potentially could be the D'Lo replacement. And even if he doesn't replace D'Lo, him and D'Lo can work in the backcourt with Edwards at the 3, and then you'll have Beasley as a 6-man. And I get that's not very good defensively, but like the Nets, if you're able to outscore the other team and you got a couple good role players who can defend really well, like Josh Okogie, it could work out pretty well for you. But at number 2, I'm going to have the Houston Rockets take Evan Mobley to be their center of the future. I get they have Christian Wood playing the 5 right now, but you could easily transition him to a 4 and potentially have a future lineup of John Wall for now, but hopefully you find a future point guard. You'll have Kevin Porter Jr., Jae'Sean Tate, Christian Wood, and Evan Mobley. You really do not need to have a small lineup where Christian Wood has to defend centers. You want to ease it on them on the defensive end. Let Evan Mobley, with his versatile self, be able to defend bigs and defend the power forwards, whoever's the better of the two. And it eases Christian Wood from having all this workload on the defensive end and helps him focus more on the offensive end to become even more of an offensive stud that he really could be. And it could honestly help his defense even more, because he doesn't have to guard all these star big men all the time. And it'll save him a lot more energy to be really good on both ends. At number 3, I'm going to be having the Pistons take Jalen Green. Jalen Green's an automatic bucket getter, and I like this pick for the Pistons because it gives them a guy who they can pair at the 2 position next to Killian Hayes for the future of the lineup. Josh Jackson, I doubt he will be such an important piece, and having a future lineup with Killian Hayes and Jalen Green as your backcourt can be really nice offensively. We're just going to have to figure out how you're going to work that out defensively, but you have a lot of good young pieces for the future. You still have Sadiq Bey, who can easily play on the wing and be an elite defender, hopefully. You have Saban Lee, who is a nice young bucket getter. You still have Jeremy Grant, which is nice. You still got a rim protector in Isaiah Stewart. So the future could look really bright for the Pistons if you're able to get a stud like Jalen Green. At number 4, we got the Orlando Magic, and they'll be taking Jalen Suggs, as he's also a bucket getter, but he can also be an elite playmaker. He had a solid showing at March Madness, but not to where he's able to like boost himself up to be a confirmed first pick. But he's in the battle for the first pick, and he's probably going to go top 5 at worst. And you saw the buzzer beater he hit against UCLA. If you did, you know that he has that clutch factor, and he steps up in big games. So for the Atlanta Magic, he could easily play the 2 spot, hopefully for you, because I do not think Markelle Fultz, Cole Anthony, or RJ Hampton could be that future 2 that you need. RJ Hampton could play the 2, but I don't think he's the future 2 that you need. And I think a better fit for them would be Jalen Suggs, who's able to shoot as well, so we can easily play on the perimeter and play off ball, but he loves to play make for other guys. And I think that's what he'll be utilized more as. The Magic don't really got a playmaker like that, and Jalen Suggs could easily fill that role. At number 5, the Cleveland Cavaliers will be taking Jonathan Kuminga, who could play the 3 or the 4. If you want to go all in right now, you still play Kevin Love at the 4. You got Jonathan Kuminga at the 3. And if you want to rebuild, you got Isaac Okoro at the 3. You got Jonathan Kuminga at the 4. And I feel like either way, he's going to fit very well. He's a versatile defender. He'll defend a lot of positions. For a team who needs a lot of defense, getting Isaac Okoro, then getting Jonathan Kuminga would be amazing for the squad. Offensively, he still has some work to do, but he's improving, as you could tell from the G League. There were some games where he would even outscore Jalen Green, being able to get those touches, create for himself. He can still work on his shooting a lot, but that could easily be developed in the NBA as a couple years go by, and the three-point shot can be developed kind of like how Lonzo Ball was easily able to develop a three-point shot in the NBA after a couple of years. Jonathan Kuminga can hopefully develop that shot, but defensively, he'd just be a perfect fit, and he could easily be the Kevin Love replacement as you focus more on the young talent with Jared Allen, Colin Sexton, Darius Garland, Isaac Okoro, and now you got Jonathan Kuminga. At number 6, we're going to have the Washington Wizards take Scottie Barnes, who is also a versatile forward. And I think he's really what they need, as they got a backcourt of Russ and Beal right now, so they don't really need guards. Maybe a future point guard for after Russell Westbrook. But I'm guessing they got Russell Westbrook and Bradley Beal to try to win, not to try to rebuild. And Scottie Barnes has that size you need to play, whether you want him to play the 3, want him to play the 4. And he'll give so much effort and has the athleticism to be an absolute freak if he's able to. And he loves running in the fast break. He's still working on that perimeter game, but if you get him on a fast break, you'll have a lot of lob opportunities for Russell Westbrook to help him get more assists. They'll open up the game for Bradley Beal more because he'll be out the perimeter. And he has the athleticism to play elite defense too, and he loves the hustle, which is really what the Wizards would need because they do not have much effort on the defensive end, and he could really help them with that. At number 7, we're going to have the Oklahoma City Thunder take Jalen Johnson, who is a guy whose draft stock has fell for falling out with Duke, but he also has the size to play the 3 to 4 position. He can play some point guard even as well. He can be a point forward. Even though he's not the best shooter, he's able to run, he's able to pass, and he's able to find ways to score even outside of that. And he has amazing athleticism, and he's able to shoot the mid-range shot too. It's just that his three-point shot was not really falling in Duke. Hopefully, with his good form, it could translate to shoot really well in the NBA. But he can defend really well. He can run really well. He has amazing athleticism. He's willing to attack. And being that forward, and even the size that he has could really help Poku, as he doesn't have really that size. I mean, like strength-wise, that the Thunder really need. So maybe him and Poku together could be really nice. And potentially having Lou Dort run the 2 with Shea at the 1 could be a really nice future combo. And then finding a center of the future, whether it's Moses Brown or someone else, could be a really nice combo for him. At number 8, we got the Toronto Raptors taking Keon Johnson, who is also a versatile defender, but he's more of a versatile defender on that wing position, which should be really nice. Since the Raptors are surprisingly playing small, he can play the shooting guard or he can play the small forward. And Kyle Lowry's gone after this year, you can move Fred up to the 1 and have Keon play the 2 with OG, Siakam, and Chris Boucher, or whether you get another center. He is aggressive. He loves to rebound. He's a really good rebounder for his height. And he can run the point guard, as he's willing to take it up in transition too. But he's not really like the best guard because all of his skills offensively could use some work, but just his athleticism, his work ethic on defense, and even his work ethic on offense is amazing. And you just want a guy like him who's willing to get better, who's going to be hustling for you, who's going to be making those plays that you really just need to win games. And that could be a really nice addition for the Toronto Raptors. Number 9, we got the Sacramento Kings, and they'll be taking Corey Kispert because they'll add him a lot more perimeter shooting. You don't need that star-studded guard anymore because you have Fox, you have Halliburton, you still have Buddy Hield, who you're trying to utilize really well. And you're trying to make Buddy Hield into a catch-and-shoot guy only, which has not been working well for him this year. So you get a guy who is elite at catch-and-shooting, and that's really what he does in Corey Kispert. And if you sleep on him and just worry about him catch-and-shooting, he's able to rip through, get a good pull-up jump shot, and willing to attack the rim. The problem is he's not the most athletic, and he's not the greatest defender, even though he has the IQ. He doesn't have the athleticism to keep up with probably NBA players, as he struggles with college players as well. But with his amazing shooting and just all-around offensive game that he could really have, that could be really nice for the Kings and could potentially be the Harrison Barnes replacement if you want to replace him. If not, you can move Harrison to the 4. You can have Kispert at the 3 with still Rashawn Holmes or whoever you want center, whether it's Marvin Bagley, Rashawn Holmes, whoever it is. He could be a really nice addition offensively to help the Kings potentially be relevant. And at number 10, the Magic will get more of a true 2 guard in Moses Moody, just in case that Jalen Suggs isn't the right size you want for him to play that 2 guard for you. You still have another bucket getter, Moses Moody. He's able to shoot really well. He was getting a lot of buckets. Defensively, he could use work on. And athletic-wise, he could use work on, but he has the height to play the 2. He's willing to play the 3 even too. And just his skill set for what he is right now could be really nice. Only being a freshman as well, so he still has a lot of development to do. But he's able to shoot the lights out. And that shooting stroke is just amazing. I'm sorry, bro. He's able to get buckets so easily. But potentially becoming a ball handler too is something he could work on, but he doesn't need to be the ball handler. There's so many ball handlers on the squad. He's able to just keep on catching and shooting. And it'll probably be battle between Jalen Suggs and Moses Moody for that starting 2 spot, with Markelle Fultz and Cole Anthony battling for that 1 spot. And I get they could use more forwards, but I didn't really see a good forward that they would be willing to take at number 10. But to be honest, if need be, Moses Moody can play that 3 spot for you. With moving Jonathan Isaac to the 4, it would be a kind of small lineup with good rim protectors like Wendell Carter Jr. Mo Bamba could easily help them at the 5 spot. At 11, the Pelicans take James Bouknight, as the Pelicans' main hole is that shooting guard spot. You have good point guards, but having a point guard backcourt was just not working out. And whether you go with Lonzo Ball, you go with Eric Bledsoe, which I would prefer Lonzo Ball, you're going to get that true shooting guard in James Bouknight, who could easily be an immediate starter, as he's able to get buckets so easily. He was one of the top scorers in the NCAA, and he'll be able to help that, whether it's catching, shooting, or attacking. He could really be that bucket getter you need at the 2 spot, and it would be a much better fit than that Eric Bledsoe, Lonzo Ball backcourt. And he's not even just that catch and shoot type guy. He can be, but sometimes he's not willing to. But he's able to create a shot so well, which will open the game up for Lonzo Ball to continue to be able to be a catch and shooter. And it'll help Brandon Ingram ease off the offensive workload on him. And I feel like it could help the Pelicans' offense in the long run, along with the fact that he isn't even a bad defender himself. At number 12, the Indiana Pacers will be taking Franz Wagner, as he is also a draft riser thanks to the March Madness. And he's a brother of Maurice Wagner, and he's a pretty good sized wing at 6'9", but he's able to play the small forward position really well, as he's able to shoot really well from the 3 or from the free throw line. And he knows how to find his teammates, is an underrated playmaker, and can be a really nice offensive stud for the Pacers. Defensively, he ain't really that type of guy, but you have solid defenders in Miles Turner. You also have Malcolm Brogdon, who's a pretty good defender. So if TJ Warren doesn't really work out for you because of his injury, then you have his replacement in Franz Wagner. At 13, this may be surprising to you, but I got the Golden State Warriors taking Davion Mitchell, who is also another draft riser thanks to the March Madness. And you may be wondering why would they need a point guard when they have Steph. This is mostly for bench purposes, as if Nico Mannion isn't really ready, Davion Mitchell can be that aggressive point guard that you really need. Your bench could use a lot of help, and Davion Mitchell could really boost up that bench, as he's an amazing point guard who can play very well offensively and play very well defensively. And he can shoot really well now, but the problem is that he is kind of undersized, because he knows how to play with the ball, but a lot of people saw him playing the 2 guard at Baylor, and we know that doesn't really work well in the NBA, being only 6'2", so he'll have to play a lot of point guard. And he is a really good defender, which is really what the Warriors could use at that guard position if Klay Thompson isn't the most healthy. And if he's able to consistently hit his jump shots and continue to play make really well, that could be really nice. But if he's able to log down really well, the Warriors would absolutely love that off the bench. And the last pick of the lottery will belong to the San Antonio Spurs. And with the 14th pick, they'll be taking Kai Jones, who is a sophomore big. And he's 6'10", who can play the power forward or the center. And he is very athletic, and he can be an amazing rim protector that the San Antonio Spurs could use, as Jakob Poeltl is actually a decent rim protector, but I think a more versatile one, and Kai Jones could be really well for him. He's not going to work in the perimeter, but he's able to be a very versatile defender. He's able to block shots and even defend some forwards pretty well, but he is also an amazing finisher above the rim and will ball handle a little bit. Even though it's not the best, he's able to show some flashes that he could be an amazing ball handler come time. And if he's able to be just that amazing defender that they really need and be able to catch lobs and work inside, even in the post for the San Antonio Spurs, it could be a really nice addition. It could complete their young core starting five of DeJounte Murray, whether it's Derek Wright or Lonnie Walker. You'll have Keldon Johnson. You still have DeMar DeRozan most likely. And you'll have Ty Jones at that big spot. That could be a really nice addition. What do you guys think about this lottery mock draft? If you enjoy, make sure to drop a like, comment down below any new video that you want me to do. Subscribe to the channel. Peace out, guys.